Oh, you're playing a ranger? Cute. I've been playing my ranger for so long. The DM actually lets me re-roll reality. I mean, when you're as good as I am at D&D, you don't really need dice anymore. You just tell the story, and the universe gets in line. My tracking skills are legendary. I once tracked an invisible stalker through a blizzard, blindfolded. My perception is so high, I've been known to spot plot holes in the DM's notes before he even writes them. So, yeah, good luck with that ranger build of yours. I'm sure you'll be great in a few levels. Until then, feel free to watch and learn from the master. Just try not to get too discouraged when you see what a real ranger can do. Oh, you rolled a natural 20? That's adorable. For someone like me, a nat 20 is just the starting point. I don't just crit, I redefine the rules. The DM has to recalibrate the entire encounter every time I roll because my character is so optimized that even the monsters are asking for mercy. You're over there celebrating your little nat 20 like it's the best moment of your life, while I'm here casually rewriting the laws of physics. With every roll, my charisma is so high, even the dice want to impress me. So yeah, enjoy your crit. Just know that when I roll, the entire campaign shifts to accommodating my awesomeness. It's not arrogance, it's just the truth. I've never needed a backup character. Why? Because my characters don't die. They transcend. The DM once tried to throw a Tarrasque at me. And let's just say that Tarrasque ended up being my pet for the next 3 sessions. My rogue doesn't just sneak. He moves through shadows like they're his personal highway. My wizard doesn't cast spells. He makes the weave of magic itself ask politely to be used. You know how other players make contingency plans for when their character inevitably bites the dust? My contingency plan is to make the enemy wish they'd never been written into the campaign. Honestly, backup characters are for people who don't know how to roll a real one in the first place. Your bard inspired you to do what? Jump across a pit? That's cute. My bard inspired a whole kingdom to rise up and overthrow a tyrant. All with a single verse. The difference between your bard and mine is that when I strum my lute, entire civilizations feel the need to rewrite their histories. I've got ballads that could make a lich cry, and love songs that turn dragons into hopeless romantics. My charisma is off the charts, literally. The DM had to make a new chart. So while you're over there providing a little morale boost, I'm rewriting the entire story with a power chord. That's the difference between an average bard and a bard played by someone who knows what the hell they're doing. Oh, you're playing a warlock? I remember my first pact. My patron doesn't just grant me power. They take notes during our conversations. I've negotiated deals so good, my patron actually owes me favors now. I don't need to beg for spell slots. Are you kidding? They just show up. Because they're afraid of disappointing me. I've got eldritch invocations that the rest of you have never even heard of. Because they're exclusive to players who actually know how to make a deal. So while you're over there worrying about your pact and what your patron wants, I'm over here rewriting the very terms of our agreement. It's called power. And I've got it in spades. Maybe one day you'll get there too. Multi-classing. Oh, that's cute. I don't need to multi-class, my friend, because my single class is so optimized. It's basically cheating. You're over there trying to figure out how to blend 2 classes together without losing synergy. While I've got one class that's so perfectly min-maxed, it's a work of art. My wizard doesn't need to dip into fighter to survive. He's got so many contingencies in place that even the gods take a step back when he starts casting. Multi-classing is for people who need a crutch, who want to hedge their bets, because they know they'll need a backup plan. Me? I put all my stats in one place, and I make it work so well the DM just sits back and applauds. Wait, You're actually worried about spell slots? Oh, that's adorable. I've got so many spell slots, I use Fireball as a conversation starter. While you're over there agonizing over whether to use your last spell slot for a cure wounds, I'm casually throwing out ninth level spells like they're party favors. I've got contingencies on my contingencies. And I've never once run out of juice, not because I'm lucky, but because I plan better than anyone else at this table. Spell economy is for people who can't think 5 steps ahead. Me, I've got an entire financial plan for my spell slots. And let's just say I'm operating at a surplus. Maybe one day you'll understand what it's like to have real magical power. A trap? Oh, please. Traps are just puzzles for people with low wisdom scores. I don't disarm traps. I don't disarm traps. I make them look silly for even trying to catch me. The DM once spent an entire weekend designing this elaborate trap-filled dungeon just for me. I walked in, rolled a couple of perception checks, and that was that. I even left a little note at the end. Nice try, bub. Maybe next time. I don't trigger traps. I critique them, rate them, and suggest ways that could be improved to actually be challenging. Honestly, if you're still getting caught in traps, maybe you should reconsider how you're building your character. Me, I'm always 3 steps ahead, and the traps are just trying to keep up. Your rogue has a +10 to stealth. Oh my goodness, mine's got a +18 and can hide from the concept of guilt. When my rogue hides, they don't just disappear from view, they phase out of existence. The DM had to create a new ruling just to handle how absurdly stealthy I am. Once I hid so well, an entire boss encounter passed without anyone realizing I was even there, including the boss. My rogue doesn't sneak. He redefines the idea of presence. You're over there trying to avoid a couple of guards, and I'm infiltrating the 9 hells just for fun. Honestly, it's not even about the dice rolls anymore. It's about understanding the game on a level that most players can only dream of. Oh, and you're worried about the boss fight? I mean, that's adorable. I've soloed dragons for breakfast. My character is so well built, the DM actually had to create new rules just to keep things challenging for me. I've optimized my stats, my gear, my spells, and my abilities to the point where boss fight is just another word for practice. The last time we had a difficult encounter, I ended it before the rest of the party even got a turn. You're worried about strategy, tactics, positioning. Meanwhile, I've already figured out 3 different ways to end the fight before it starts. Boss fights aren't challenges. They're showcases for how far above the curve I am. So yeah, go ahead and worry. I'll be over here planning the victory party.